We've got 22 seniors coming back. We got a lot of letter winners coming back, so we're just kind of building off of that. We've got a lot of game experience. These kids that are seniors now have had 2 years of starting. 2 years ago, we took it on the chin and they learned a lot that year than last year we did. We ended the year 5-5, made it to the playoffs. We were expecting a little bit better of an outcome in some games in the season. And those are things that we're building off of this year. And like I said, we've got a lot of leadership this year. We've got some young kids that are going to contribute, so we're excited.
And what's the mindset of this team going into the season?
Right now, it's just, we're really just worried about the process. We are working hard on speed training. We're working hard in the weight room. And we're really just trying to be students of the game of football. We've got to be better on the field, dealing with situations, dealing with adversity. And those are some things that we're working on now so that when it happens in September or hopefully late in November, early December, that we're ready to deal with that situation.
Last year, I guess you could say the Achilles heel to this team was the defense. What are your plans to improve what you can consider a weakness from last year?
Well, I think we got to stay healthy. Our depth is always a problem here. So the kids that are on the field, we got to stay healthy. And last year we had some key injuries towards the middle, late of the season that cost us some games. And like I said, we're really working on strength and speed and flexibility now for injury prevention down the road. And those are some big things. Depth is always going to be a problem here, and we got to stay healthy.
What players that might not have contributed last year that will step up and help the team this year?
Because of our depth, all hands on deck. We need everybody, sophomores, juniors, seniors. If they played last year, if they didn't play last year, we are all hands on deck. Every kid's got to be able to contribute somewhere, somehow on this field. And in the locker room and in the weight room and everything that we do within this program. So it's pretty much everybody that's on that roster, 42 men on that roster, 42 men are going to contribute this year, and that's how we're going into it.
You brought in a new defensive coordinator this year. What type of changes can you expect in defensive philosophy or scheme?
Coach Basile has a wealth of knowledge of football and defensive football, and he brings that, and he brings a passion to the field with these guys. He lives in town, so the nice thing is he can be here at any time, and he's just has a passion for the game, and that translates to the kids. And we're playing fast right now. We're doing some things this year that we didn't do last year. So I love the direction of where we're going. I love the direction of the way the kids are headed, and Coach Basile's been a great addition to the staff.
And who are some of the leaders on this team, whether it's vocally or some who lead by example?
We have Connor Scaglione, Austin Alberici is our quarterback, Kevin McCluskey is our running back, Matt Stevens at the offensive line, and we have Ryan Vadas as a wideout. So the nice thing is we've got 5 guys that I feel their leadership is second to none, and they were scattered around the field. So they're not just all linemen, they're not just all skill players, they're bringing their leadership to all the different areas on the field. And some of them are vocal and some of them just do it by their actions. And the nice thing is that the young kids are feeding off of that energy, and we've had some great workouts so far into July, and we're hoping that carries over into August.
All right, what did you guys do in the off-season to prepare for your senior year?
Both multi-sport athletes, so any extra time we have after practice, even late nights, we just try to get in the gym as much as we can and head to Varsity House. I mean, those 7:30 sessions were big for us. Me, Max, and a bunch of other offensive linemen went there, and we just worked super hard all winter, and even into spring we worked super hard.
Worry about the next play. It's always the most important. Just to dominate every rep.
Just leave everything out there this year. You know what I mean? It's the last chance we have together, and that's just the most important part. Just leave everything we have. Don't take any play for granted. Just leave it all on the field.
What underclassmen do you expect to step up and help us?
Junior Max Langston. I mean, he's going to be a huge part of our offensive line this year. Even though he's a junior, he's had a lot of experience last year, and we really need him to be a big part of this team this year.
Definitely Jack Matola at linebacker is going to step up big this year as a sophomore.
Patience, he declares, you go. That's it. Good. Nicely done.
Which game are you circling on your calendar this year?
We just got to take it one at a time. We open up with Snyder here. We struggled with Snyder last year. So right now, that's kind of what we are focusing just on Snyder. We got to get number 1, and they're the first game on our list, so that's a game that we are focused in on. We're expecting a big crowd. The student body's excited. We're hoping to put up some big points on the new scoreboard and just try to get after them and get out of here with number 1.
As a coach, how do you get your players to buy into that championship mentality and get them to MetLife?
I think the big thing is just our mindset. You know, we have to be able to overcome some adversity. We've got to be tough mentally. And those are things that we're working on here in the summertime now. And like I said, because we've got so many returning seniors and we've got a strong leadership core, you know, it's an easy thing to sell to these kids because, you know, there's not many sports that you know, we are working through June, July, and August to play in September. It's a grind. It's a grind. And, you know, if your goal isn't MetLife, then, you know, I think that you got to kind of reevaluate your program, reevaluate your kids, and reevaluate your coaching staff. And, you know, we just want to get to MetLife, and we know that it starts with Game 1 versus Snyder.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, family. Yeah.